Greetings lords and ladies, and welcome to the first annual Westeros Vibe Christmas Theory. As the holidays are upon us, I decided to bring a bit of the usual Christmas cheer to the violent and disturbing world of Westeros via a tinfoil hat theory which I hope will delight and amuse people all around the world. Without further ado, let's sit back, get ourselves some spiced hot wine, and discuss the theory that Brynden Rivers, the Bloodraven, is in fact the Santa Claus of the Song and Ice and Fire universe. First of all, the most obvious sign of his association with Old Saint Nick is the color pattern they both embody. Bloodraven is an albino with red eyes, who later in life wore the black, while Santa wears red and white clothes along with black boots. They are both white-haired and far older than normal humans, Bloodraven's age being around 125 and Santa existing for centuries. They both live in the far north of their worlds, Bloodraven far beyond the wall, and Santa at the North Pole in some stories and in Laponia in others. Tied to their northern homesteads, we have the Odin connection. Odin is the mythological leader of the Norse pantheon, worshipped throughout Scandinavia in ancient times. His main physical traits are a long white beard, signifying old age and wisdom, and the missing eye. He also has two ravens which sit on his shoulders and act as his informants to what goes on in the outside world. Firstly, let's analyze Bloodraven's connection with Odin. Brynden Rivers loses an eye during a deal with his lifelong rival, Aegor Rivers or Bittersteel, while Odin gives up his eye in exchange for wisdom. Bloodraven is associated with ravens through his own name, his birthmark, his informants, or Raven's Teeth, and in the show through his unofficial title, the Three-Eyed Raven. After taking the black, he becomes a crow, the raven's smaller cousin, and after disappearing he makes use of said crows to stay informed of events south and north of the wall, much like Odin uses his two ravens. Because he is an albino, his whiteness is absolute, akin to the falling snow, which alongside his actual age add an air of wisdom to his character. Where Bloodraven seems to be heavily inspired from the Odin mythos, specifically through the missing eye and the ravens, Santa only borrows bits and pieces. For example, the extreme age and wisdom along with a beard are present, alongside the omniscience through which he determines who is worthy of his boon, although there are no ravens or crows present in the equation. Next, let us take a brief glance at their current dwellings. Santa lives in a workshop in the far north, where magical creatures called elves work year-round making toys for the worthy. This is also where Santa carefully plans next year's delivery route. Bloodraven's abode is also in the far north, inside a hollow hill, where he plans and schemes, presumably, for the good of the realm by seeking out a worthy candidate to become a Green Seer. He is also helped along by small creatures that, even though are not elven-like in appearance, share the classic elves' connection to nature. Lastly, both men make use of large deer in their machinations. Thus Santa uses reindeer in his yearly delivery binge, while Cold Hand, servant to Bloodraven and his Children of the Forest friends, uses an elk while leading Bran and company to the Hollow Hill. Thus we reach the end of my Christmas-themed theory. Hopefully you found it entertainingly festive, because I plan to make this an yearly thing. I have probably missed more connections between these two very similar men, so feel free to point them out in the comments section below. And, as always, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone!